It's finally time to be excited. If you took a look at your watch, your calendar, whatever you use to tell the date, you'll realize that it's officially June 1st today. Now, honestly, this is pretty fantastic in a lot of ways, and we have so much more information about the actual General Direct. We've been talking for months now, weeks now, about a potential General Direct. Not even potential, something that's happening soon. You might just say, well, it's probably going to be a partner showcase. Nintendo's not the same anymore. But from the information that we have so far, it's definitely looking really good. Ocarina of Time, more Nintendo games, surprises, and so much more. Recently, Nate the Hate went on to say something really interesting about what the next Nintendo Direct is going to contain. If you were skeptical about this is going to be happening or not so much, well, in this video, we'll be discussing everything. Let's get straight into the video. Okay, so if we took a look at it, Nate the Hate has been really accurate about a lot of things. We've talked about this so much, that he got so many things right that it's really crazy. And recently he just got another thing right to go along the theory that he knows exactly what he's talking about. So before Nintendo, or I don't know, Activision announced that, Call of Duty is going to be coming to Nintendo Switch 2, Nate the Hate did say a couple hours before that, hey, we are going to be getting this on Nintendo Switch 2, and bada bing bada boom, it's happening. Maybe that's not too impressive to you, but I definitely thought that this is something that would be interesting to talk about, nonetheless. Okay, so now if we take a look at this right here, Stealth says that it's officially June and it's time to get excited over the Nintendo Direct. The watch party has officially begun. Then there's some guy that says in the comments, hey, well, it's not very exciting anymore because Nate the Hate spoils everything. Then Nate the Hate goes on to say that he said in March that there's so many other things to come. So we haven't got the entire lineup spoiled. And how could the entire lineup be spoiled? Because we only know a game from July to maybe August, if you really look at it. Fortune Weave's going to be happening in summer, so August I guess makes the most sense. But there still is over like 10 games that have not been announced yet. Now, there's only been a couple of games from leaks and rumors that we know so far that seems like they're going to be confirmed for this year. So one big one is probably the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Now this is something to get really excited over because of the fact that it's the 40th anniversary of the Legend of Zelda series, and the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time is already a massive game that everyone goes back to and says, hey, this right here is a masterpiece of a Legend of Zelda. If you've never played it, you're missing out on so many things. Well, alright then, Ocarina of Time seems like it's going to be like confirmed for this year, because why wouldn't they take the biggest sort of Legend of Zelda game and make some sort of remake, because they're already doing Star Fox like 20 times, why not do Ocarina of Time? I definitely think it's going to be happening. And it's not just Nate the Hate that said this. If you look back at 2025, that has been a discussion that Ocarina of Time is going to be happening. I believe it was before the Nintendo Switch 2 originally launched. So if you look at it, boom, you could say, wow, there's been leaks and rumors. That does make sense because games take a long time to develop. Let's just say that this game had a 5-year development cycle. Well, we probably got some information last year, and now we're getting some sort of promotional art material that leakers are going to be like, yep, this is going to be happening. The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, really exciting. Overall, I find this to be really great because I am so excited, like actually so excited to play a Legend of Zelda game that looks something similar to this. Because if you really look at it, Ocarina of Time is that game that deserves the most love and care, like tender love and care, if you know what I mean. It is really a fantastic game. Now also, potentially the 3D Mario, because Nate the Hate did say that 3D Mario was supposed to happen in like the Christmas season of 2026, but then got delayed to 2027 because they didn't finish a lot of things and they don't want to rush it, because if you know Nintendo, they don't like rushing games. So it definitely is a big possibility of this happening like the earliest, like an early 2027 release or a middle 2027 release. This is really fantastic. You could say it's going to be an end of the year 2027, but I don't really see that because there's two massive games that are happening, Pokemon Winds and Waves and also with 3D Mario. They've done this in the past, but games take a lot longer to develop, so you would definitely have like more system sellers if you sell a system early for like Mario fans, like July or something for Mario fans, and then you sell a system later, like October or whatever, for the next Pokemon game, that definitely makes a lot of sense in my opinion. So I think that they're going to announce something. Of course, that could happen in the September Direct, because up to this point, Nintendo hasn't really skipped on the September Direct. If you were concerned, well, it seems like Nintendo's different now. We're going to be getting a partner showcase because all of the games that have been rated coming to the Nintendo Switch 2. I think that we're probably going to be getting both. If you look at it, we're going to be seeing the main General Direct in 2026, June of 2026, which is really fantastic. And then a partner showcase in July. We've seen this last year. Now, when exactly could this Nintendo Direct happen? So if we take a look at everything that we have in June, it's quite a crazy year for companies, and I don't think Nintendo is going to just miss out on the hype and the bongo with a partner showcase. That doesn't make the most sense in my eyes. So first off, Tuesday or tomorrow, we got the PlayStation Showcase, which they're going to show off more news and things about PlayStation games if you're into that. Then in summer, with the Summer Game Fest, with Friday the 5th, we got all of this all the way up to Monday the 8th. So 5th till 8th. And then in between that, we have Xbox with an Xbox Live, which is going to be the 7th of June, which is going to be a Sunday. So then you look all the way up to the 3rd week, or if you consider this the 4th week, you get Star Fox, which is the 25th. Now, it doesn't leave us too much room for a Direct, but wait, if you look at it, the about 2nd, 3rd week, whatever you want to consider, I would say the 3rd week is about really clear. This goes from the 15th all the way up to the 18th. Now, sometimes Nintendo does do a Nintendo Direct on like a Friday, but that doesn't happen very often. The only time that they really done it was because of 9/11. The 9/11 of 2025 was going to be on the Thursday, so they moved it up to the Friday. So yeah, this week is cleared up. So I would say that we're probably going to be getting a Nintendo Direct from the 15th, 16th, 17th, or 18th. One big number that stands out to me the most is probably the 18th. If we look back at 2024, we also got a Nintendo Direct in the 3rd week of June. And in 2023, we got a Direct in the 3rd week of June. So clearly there's a lineup there. Well, maybe we can push all those things aside because you could easily say Nintendo's different now. We completely missed out on the February showcase, and we've been mostly getting partner showcases, Mario Galaxy Movie Directs, and a whole bunch of Directs for games that are coming, and some games don't actually need a Direct for some reason. All of those concerns away, it seems like it's actually going to be happening. Like, honestly, I don't know what else to say to prove you that a General Direct is going to be happening in June, because all of these things, why would Nintendo not do a Direct if every other company, they need to show something big, and this is exactly where they're going. So I think Ocarina of Time is going to be that big game for the end of the year. And since Nate the Hate didn't spoil everything, you could probably make up your own game on games that you might want to see, and Nintendo might actually follow through. I think that this is definitely really fantastic in a lot of ways. There is so many things to be excited about in June. Like, even if you're not strictly a Nintendo fan, well, PC games and Xbox games and whatever the case may be, there's going to be a lot of things to be excited for. So if Nintendo wants to hop the train, there you go. Now also, if we take a look at this, Nintendo goes to Gamescom, but not every single year. It's not a confirmation. Usually, when companies go there, it's to show something big. So honestly, when Nintendo goes to this, you might say, wow, this is actually going to be happening. Exactly. I think that they might share off Ocarina of Time Remake at the Gamescom, and they could easily announce this in June. Overall, this is definitely a lot of really exciting things. I think that June is going to be one of the biggest years that we've seen so far. Are you excited for the June Nintendo Direct, for the games releasing? Let me know what you're most excited for in the comment section down below, and thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for 4,000 subscribers. You all mean the world to me, and I really appreciate it. This isn't just my channel, it's yours as well. We do great things together, don't we? Anyways, thank you so much for being here. See you in the next one.